If you've ever been watched a karate class or been interested in karate, you'll probably know that there's a prearranged series of movements in training called kata that are the heart of the practice in every way. And they always start with a very formal beginning. And that beginning is a very important set of ideas that are supposed to be sort of repeated into your mind and to your body, so that if you ever need to use your self-defense skills, then these ideas, these principles will be present in the mind. So let's have a look at how that works, because if this is something that's done in every kata, then it's a very important idea. And there are different ways to start the salutations of different katas, but these meanings are basically always inherently there. So the first part is usually the hands are at the side and the feet are together, and often you'll see it as a bring the hands to the side, very stiff, and that isn't necessarily necessary. But regardless, it's bringing the limbs together so that they're close to the body is to bring together your attention. Bring your attention from different places and bring it into singular focus for the application of the karate. So that's paying attention. It's paying attention in mindfulness, it's paying attention in spirit of the moment, not thinking about the future or the past, but just what's happening right now, right here. And so that's what this symbolizes. Then there's usually a bow. Now when you bow, that part becomes pretty obvious, is to remember your morals, the guidance of your teachings in terms of the philosophy behind it, where you're never going to hurt anybody unnecessarily, you're never going to attack unnecessarily, you're only going to defend yourself, and you're careful about how you approach that. So that's pretty straightforward with the bow. Then you usually announce the kata that you're going to do. And that's of course part of the history, to keep that in your mind and you know what you're doing. And in competitions and in gradings and stuff, this is important because it shows you can use your voice to show confidence and a sense of fighting spirit in that. But when you're training at home, obviously you don't yell out each kata necessarily every time. So that part of it is for the formal training in many ways, but in the street situation, paying attention, absolutely. Remembering that you're not there to be the winner, but you want to end up getting home safely rather than defeating all the enemies. That's here in the bow, in the respect, in terms of the idea that you don't do anything you don't need to do. But then, various styles will have different ways of doing this. Some of them come out, some of them come up. And for the most of the beginning katas in our style, the hands come up, and then they come out to the side here. So whatever you're doing, whatever system it is, you end up in a stance where your feet are shoulder width apart and your hands are here or here or here, and that's a readiness position. Now it's not a readiness position like a fighting kome, it's a readiness position in which you're checking your limbs essentially. I'm seeing if my shoulders relaxed enough that I can extend my arms down, or here relaxed enough that I'm not pulling up like this. Am I rooted to the floor through my feet? Are my feet feeling my weight through my hips? Is my hips aligned with my spine? Is the top of the back of my head correctly aligned with my hips? And in all of these things you can check in this stance. You can also check that you're not over tensing your hand in this position, because if you're too tense, your shoulders come up. You can sort of do a diagnostic of the whole body system real quick here. Then, in all of the beginning katas anyways, we always do a look. So in most cases it's right, and then left. And the reason for that is that you're reminding yourself of these steps. First, I'm paying attention, and I'm remembering what my role in the situation is, which is to avoid the danger and get home safely and only do what I need to do along that path. I'm checking my body, and I'm becoming aware of my limbs, where they are, how they feel, whether or not they're relaxed and ready to be used. And I'm holding my focus through my center in this posture. Then when I look, I scan the entire room in terms of the visual field. So from here to here, I can still see my hands to the corner of my eyes, but they're not that good resolution. But that occurs as I go this way. I look and I see 180 degrees here, and I look and I see this way, and I see another 180 degrees there. And now I've scanned the whole room, and my mind is aware of all the things around me best I can be. And then the kata will begin. So those are principles that are important in life and in all kinds of situations. And every time you practice a kata, you're reminding yourself of these fundamental situational awareness principles. And that's why this exists in the kata, to remind you of those things. whatever kata you might be doing. Thank you.